Big Sills! You know, I traditionally don't start a show off with golf. But what I do like to hit on is hypocrisy. And it was on display today. Cancer culture was on display today. Everything that privileged white guys were talking about when it came to the PGA Tour was destroyed by money. Always follow the money. It always wins in the end. Hey, by the way, money's not racist. Because every race, creed, or whomever will follow the money. They couldn't match the Saudi Arabians' money. And now Saudi Arabia has bought the PGA Tour. And how would you like to be people on the PGA side who use tragedy like 9/11 to try to shame someone and put a bad vibe out there, try to cancel them using one of the most horrific moments in American sports history, in American history, 9/11. How, you use that to shame the live golfers. Now you have to eat crow. PGA commissioner realized, wait, so FedEx, Coca-Cola, and Shearson Lehman all are the three biggest advertisers on the PGA Tour and all do business in Saudi Arabia. Wow, what a victory. Dude, you know what's happening in our country right now? Cancer culture's getting their ass kicked. Hey, Target, how you feeling? Hey, Bud Light, how you feeling? PGA, how you feeling? Cancer culture's getting their ass kicked. Great month for watching cancer culture get their ass kicked. Oh, I'm a big fan of that. You know me. Because in some form or fashion, I'm a little bit of a victim of that. It got their ass handed to them. Man. Holy cow. All those guys that were protecting their so-called legacies in a sport that's dominated by white guys and rich white guys got their asses destroyed today. God, I can't be more prouder. By the way, some people go like this, and I used to have this thing too about LeBron and the NBA with China. China's now our biggest adversary. So do you actually think I'm not going to watch Game 3 of the NBA Finals because the business partner of China with the NBA, that's their biggest business partner, is China? What does that have to do with me? I don't give a shit about that. I could care less about the My Pillow guy. I don't like the My Pillow guy because his pillow sucks. I mean, I don't like the pillow. I mean, I don't subscribe to that. Well, I'm not going to watch the NBA because they have a relationship with China. What the hell is that to you? We got businesses in this country that deal with Saudi Arabia and China every single day. I wouldn't be shocked. I know this. China owns 5% of our gross national product. The President of the United States a year ago was begging for oil in Saudi Arabia. Come on, man. I'm not going to watch NBA games. You know, Game 2 had some of the highest ratings that the NBA Finals has had in the last couple of years. That's pretty cool to hear, too, because I'm glad they're making a rebound. Hey, who would have thought not having LeBron James in the finals? Actually, there's some drama to this thing. The drama is why people are watching it. Well, what about the China relationship? What's that got to do with me? That's like worrying about your owner. Like when you go to Lincoln Financial, you sit there and go, you know, that owner really makes a lot of money off my tickets. I don't give a shit about Jeffrey Lurie and what he does with the money I spend on tickets. I could give a shit about that. I could totally care less. What does that have to do with me? Phil Mickelson won, by the way. Oh, he won huge. How about this? So Brooks Koepka, who just won the PGA championship, right? Signed up for $250 million to join the LIV Tour. Now he's part of the PGA again. What a Grand Slam move. That's a gangster move. Good for you, man. Congratulations. Way to go, man. Sills, what about the blood money? Blood money? You should have worried about that before when they were sending all the Saudi princes out of the United States after 9/11. Some of the people, and the same people that flew those planes into the building. We were flying out of the country. Should have worried about it then. Or you should have worried about it when you empowered Osama bin Laden years ago in the Afghan war. Should have worried about it then. That's why I don't give a shit about it. I don't care. It's nothing to do with me. What about the blood money? Blood money? Every time you put gasoline in your car, it's blood money. Get this. Think about it, Tone. The same dude that says that the LIV golf money to the PGA Tour now is blood money, he's the same guy that is putting gasoline in his own car saying that the LIV golfers are taking blood money and you're putting blood gasoline into your car. You put blood money into your home and energy every single day. And now all of a sudden you're going to pick and choose what to go after. The only reason you're going after these guys is because they're millionaires. People go after people with money all the time. That's what you're doing here. Morality. Since when does that have anything to do with business? Morality. You guys are high. You just don't get it. Every single time that you get something from China, and now China is like our biggest adversary, you're supporting the enemy. Dude, that's how crazy you can make yourself. Right. Every time I pick my cell phone up, like Tone just said, I support China. And to watch the white golf media right now. Wow. You want a lesson on privilege? I won't put white privilege. Then again, that's what the sport is. You want to put a tag on watch the golf media, how they cover this story. The hypocrisy is so unbelievable. The problem comes in when people try to act holier than that. Absolutely. And then you use victims to further your point. What about the 9/11 victims? How could you support LIV? Now they bought you out. My God. Dude, I've had to eat crow before. But if I'm the PGA Tour and I'm Monahan and I'm all them guys, I might not show my face anymore, man. Seriously, dude, I may want to bow out of this one. Holy cow. Yeah, man. And dude, I've been laughing all morning. Rory McIlroy. Jack Nicklaus just a week ago goes like this. Hey, the guys on the LIV Tour, they're not even part of really golf anymore. Well, neither are you, Jack. They just bought your legacy. Think if you're Jack Nicklaus now. The Saudis just bought Jack Nicklaus's and Tiger Woods' legacy. They just bought your legacy, Jack. Hey, Tiger, you know that $800 million they offered you? You might want to have taken that. Because they just bought it. Wow. You talk about FU money, man. The Saudis just went in and went, you think you're running us out of business? Dude, what's next? The NFL? That is gangster shit, man. They just came in and went, I don't care. Get this, they had no TV deal. They had no marketing, no nothing. And networks like CBS completely kicking their ass. And they whipped their ass. Woo! How you doing? Hey, hey, Jack, how's that feel now? Saudi Arabia owns your legacy. It's not even going to be called the PGA Tour anymore. You know what it's going to be called? The Big Money Tour. Oh, man. Oh, my God. This is so good, man. Wow, did cancer culture get their absolute face kicked in? Just can't get any better, man. Holy cow. By the way, let's move on to this. I'm sure I'll be hitting on this. Okay. Hey, every time they have like an oil embargo now, everyone's going to be banging on the Live Golf Tour. And, well, now it's the Live Golf Tour because they own you. The Saudis own all them dudes now. Oh. Hey, you're owned. Yeah. You know what? Hey, you know what the PGA Tour doesn't like? Hey, welcome to the NFL players world. You now have no say in your own tour. How you doing? They do. Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world. God, what a great story. It's not so much about golf. It's about elitist and hypocrisy. And that has dominated the sports world. Bud Light thought they were going to be some sort of like high and mighty guy, stand up on some sort of cause that was completely ridiculous and against their entire consumer base. And they thought that people who drink Bud Light were going to like a transsexual promoting Bud Light. It's like NASCAR pretending to be in the African-American community. That's not your base. I get you want more diversity in it, but you need to pace yourself. But you think that you're all of a sudden like a diverse sport. You're not. Talladega, Darlington. Have you ever looked in the stands? Not too many brothers in the stands. It's not your fan base. You can work to get there. I'm with you on working to get there. Michael Jordan part of it now. It's awesome. Hypocrisy. Oh, an elite people. How you doing, Bristol? Yeah, man, I'm sure that's all right. Hey, watching those Confederate flags wave around, I'm sure that's real big with the African-American community. Oh, that's right. They banned it finally after, 70 years of those flags being at NASCAR events? Yeah, okay. Hey, just in the nick of time. You guys are on your game, man. Yeah. All right, let's move on here, man. My aunt's probably having a heart attack right now. So let me move on. By the way, I want to give you a little bit of an update. So I said something yesterday, and I want to make it very clear. I said that the Eagles would be really great candidates for Hard Knocks. And do you know what hey, can I say this to you? The educational system in Philadelphia and some other parts of the country aren't very high because I don't really believe a lot of you can read. And I actually heard people on the air and even on our network, well, they're not eligible. There's no such thing. There is no such thing as teams not being eligible for Hard Knocks. No such thing. That is a made-up fake news line. Well, the Eagles aren't eligible. Who said that? I'm going to read you the actual rule on Hard Knocks. For those of you who aren't familiar with the hard knocks formula. Follow me here because I know some of you can't listen or read. And let's add this one, like to make shit up. Okay? Start again, because I know some of you are slow. For those of you who aren't familiar with the hard knocks formula, I'm going to go really slow here. A team, in parentheses, doesn't have to be on the show if any of these three rules below applies to them. They have a first-year head coach in place. They have a playoff berth in the past 2 seasons. The Eagles do. They have appeared on Hard Knocks in the past 10 years. HBO can put the Eagles on. The Eagles just have the right to say, no, I don't want to do it. They're not eligible. There's no such thing as eligible. Who in their right mind would want to have the Arizona Cardinals on? Or the Houston Texans? You want to put compelling teams on. You're trying to get, ratings. There is no such thing as they're not eligible. People are posting this on my Twitter feed, and I'm going, I must have posted this 3 times. This is the formula. The Eagles don't have to. Because what a lot of teams, what this was put in place for, everyone was saying no. So they put a formula in, and what they did was they put the teams with a rebuild kind of around it. First year, they put these parameters in, so it only kind of identified a couple teams. Okay? But you have people on the internet going, Sileo is the dumbest person on the planet. He doesn't know the formula. There is no formula for not eligible. No such thing. It does not exist. Holy cow. Have to be some of the stupidest people. Because you know why? You take 2% of something. By the way, I blame James on this. And Tone, kind of. But actually, it was one of the best videos we've had in the last 2 weeks. Good job, guys. Because what you know what my boys are doing now, Tone and James? They're weeding out the idiots. Because those are the ones that click on and watch. Oh, it's great. You're sheep. Some of you are sheep. You don't get it. You're sheep. Holy. Well, they're not eligible to be. And I'm like, not eligible? Where the hell did that come from? Eligible. No such thing. The Jets would be I think the Jets would be great on Hard Knocks. I think that'd be really great. Plus, Rodgers would probably eat that shit all up. And it would help him in the New York market because you got the Giants. I don't give a shit. They have Aaron Rodgers. You're still not the Giants. Man, unbelievable. Hey, I'm reading. Sileo doesn't understand the formula for Hard Knocks. I'm like, what formula? There's no such thing as a team being ineligible. I even called the league up. I even called Peter King up. He goes, there's no such thing. It's not true. Now, there is parameters that certain teams fall into that go into the guidelines. But the only thing the Eagles do is go like this. I don't want to do it. Okay. You're not obligated. The only thing the Eagles aren't right now is obligated to do it. But if HBO went to them and said, do you want to do it? The Eagles could say yes. And they would put them on probably. Yeah, but, what a backtrack. Backtracking what? I'm not backtracking nothing. By the way, Philly 500, my boy's going to join me at the bottom of the hour. And we're going to talk a little birds with him. Can't be a repeat of Hard Knocks from the year before. Sure, okay, great. It would be cool to see the Eagles on the show, but I'd prefer they didn't do it this year. I want them 100% focused. No need for possible distractions, JB says. Okay. No, okay. Apparently, I'm not the only one who can bring out Seal's worst because the live golfers, they're taking blood money. Yeah, go pump your gas can. Go put gasoline in your car. Then talk to me about blood money. Got the President of the United States on his hands and knees begging for oil and gas. Okay, guy, whatever. We're on our hands and knees to China and Saudi Arabia every single day. Don't get me started on that. Are you crazy, man? I'm not going to watch the NBA Game 3 because of China. I can't wait for Game 3. I can't believe what I'm watching with Jimmy Buckets. What about China? I don't give a shit. Nothing to do with me. Okay? This is why we elect politicians. I am in my lane, and I don't care about shit like that. I got out of the... Hey, once Trump left office and all that, I said I'm done with that shit. I don't care what the hell goes on. I have a better life for it. All right. Before Philly 500 comes on, let me ask you something here. Oh, by the way, topics today. I saw Chris Sims put his top 40 quarterbacks, and I think he left off like the top, 5, 4, whatever it was. I got the 32 best quarterbacks in National Football League. I'm going to do that today, probably at the top of the hour after we get Philly 500 on at the bottom of the hour here. And in this hour, we're probably going to do the Big Sil's top 10 NFL pass rushers. So we're going to do that. All right. Let me ask you something. Is Doug Peterson a good coach, you think? Is Doug Peterson a good coach? Well, do we not agree? Who had a better era of football in Eagle history? Vermeil, Reed, or Peterson? A couple division titles, NFC championship, and a Super Bowl. It's shorter, but didn't Doug have the greatest era of football for a head coach in Eagle history? Maybe that's because of the organization. So now we take him down to Jacksonville. You think it's remarkable that he's turning that thing around down there? He's turned a quarterback around? You think that's by coincidence? That coach took a backup quarterback to a Super Bowl and won it, beat the GOAT, beat a Patriot team that was still in the midst of their dynasty. And now he's probably going to win the division again in Jacksonville. How good a coach is he? Like, what if Doug takes the Jags to the AFC Championship game this year? Say it's in Kansas City or it's in Jacksonville. What will we start saying about Doug? Do we consider Doug Peterson an elite coach right now in the NFL? I don't know, man. I think this is a telling year for him. Okay, I think he's at the cusp right now of being considered one of the elite coaches. Like, get this. People call Kyle Shanahan. Like, do you think Kyle Shanahan is more elite than Doug Peterson? Is Kyle Shanahan a better coach than Doug Peterson? Ross Tucker thinks so. Okay? By the way, this isn't 1 year. Like, people are already dubbing Brian Daboll a great coach. So how many people think the Giants are really going to make another step forward? With a more difficult schedule, you do? Shit, get this, guys. People are saying that the Giants are going to make a step forward. I'm telling you, I don't think the Eagles are going to have the same win total, but I think they'll probably be a better team. And yet people think the Giants are going to have a better record than they did a year ago. I surely do not. If the Giants make the playoffs, I'll be stunned. They barely got in. And now they're going to have a more difficult schedule because they play pretty much the same people they do, actually, as the Eagles do. But yet they're going to make a leap forward and their one-loss record, but the Eagles aren't? Dude, they're not in the Eagles league right now. The Giants aren't in the Eagles league. Dude, that's like the Eagles. That's like their JV team, the Giants. That's their JV team. Giants got a couple really good players. The left tackle, the defensive tackle. Dude, the quarterback, I don't know. I mean, Daniel Jones, $46 million. Good luck to you. Now, again, Brian Daboll, better coach than Doug Peterson? I don't know, man.